What is up, guys? My name is Ted, and today I'm coming at you with a firing range gameplay. Final score on this one's going to be 149-5. I'm just going to get that out there. I'm not really going to talk too much about the gameplay. I've got a couple topics I want to talk about, and yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, I'd like to say that I went through my friends list recently, and because I hit the max, 100 friends or whatever on Xbox, and I went through and deleted, I think, 41 of them that either didn't have a good enough kill-death ratio or I didn't really know too well. So yeah, so I've got room on my friends list. If you'd like to become my friend, there's really low requirements. Basically, just send me a message saying, oh, I saw you on YouTube, whatever. I clicked the subscribe button and I like your content. Can I play with you? I'll probably accept it, unless your KDR is like 0.1 and you're like, just don't listen to me at all or something. But for the most part, I'll accept anyone on my friends list, and I'll probably get you in a couple lobbies too. Today I went with a couple of my friends and a couple new friends actually that I've gotten recently from my recent subscriptions, and I played with them and it was a lot of fun. But the thing is, I was realizing how spawn trapping is not easy unless people know what they're doing, and there's a lot of coordination that goes involved. I know it looks in these videos because you don't hear the audio, you don't hear me basically being the commander to everyone, and I honestly tell every single person, pretty much at least, what to do in this match, like what to do in the game, where they need to be, what's going on. Like, I go as far as to tell when someone's connecting, because I can feel it as host, because I always get host, so more about that later. But in these games, I've had no one's really told me this, but I know that people consider spawn trapping cheap for the most part, simply because you get massive amounts of kills. But those same people have probably never been in a spawn trap before, and they don't realize how difficult it is to form a spawn trap. It's not something, like I said, I make it look easy in the video, but it's not something you just, get in a game and just get a circle going around their spawn and bam, they're trapped. It's not that easy. People aren't retarded. They know how to, put on ghosts. They know how to do that. They know how to bring their FAMAS out and generally make their way down one side of the map or the other and break out of a spawn trap. That's why games like this, when I don't play with my basically MLG friends that know how to do spawn traps perfectly, like if I play with randoms, or if I don't play with randoms actually, but if I play with new friends or friends that don't too much know what they're doing, spawn traps are very difficult. And even on the easier maps like firing range, WMD, radiation, the traps are sometimes pretty hard to pull off if you don't have people knowing what they're doing, or they don't listen to me, because I do try to tell everyone what to do, and that helps me out a little bit. But the people that I'm adding now, and I'm getting a lot of my subscribers adding me now, I think that's really cool. I'm definitely keep sending those friends requests. I only have 90 subs, so I could honestly add everyone if I needed to. But when people join, this is what I did today at least. I brought everyone that was new to my friends list, and that was in the lobby with me, into a game, and we didn't really do too well in the game. We never really pulled off a good spawn trap. We got in it in times, and we did well on maybe one or two rounds, and then the next round we just wouldn't do very well. And I was basically carrying everyone, and that's what happens every game for me. But it was more so this game than any other time, and not this particular game, but the game that I'm talking about today, that I played today. Really, if you want to be on my team, I'm gonna basically initiate 2 people at a time that add me to their friends list or whatever, and want to play with me. I'll play with about 4 of my regular friends that I play with all the time and that know exactly what to do. And then I'll throw either 1 or 2 random new players in so they can catch the feel of it without having to be counted on to actually do too much. Because playing a spawn trap and playing a regular game are 2 completely different things. I only worry about 1/4 of the map when I do a spawn trap, sometimes even less than that. And it's really pertinent, a big word I know, I'm fucking a genius, but it's really impertinent that you know where all the spawns are, you know how to get inside of them, and you know how to handle them. Handling a spawn, it takes a long time to master. I couldn't do it until I had a lot of friends help me out with it too. And yes, I started out back in the days where I didn't know where the spawns were, I didn't know how to do spawn traps. It just takes practice, guys, and that's why I can help anyone out with that as long as you're willing to listen. In this game, this is honestly probably one of the better games I've played recently. The other team is a big factor in it. I can't pull off a spawn trap, even if I'm with my best friends, if against Team Envious, if you know who they are, decent players that know what they're doing, and people can get out of spawn traps. It's not something that's there. You can just form it no problem and just hold on to it. People can get out of them. I've gotten out of spawn traps solo before, and it's extremely difficult. But if you know what you're doing, you have to think about what the other team's going to do to get out of one. The people on this team were just spawning in, throwing a grenade or something, trying to get a revenge kill, and they just die to a gunship or a dog or a gun that's aimed down sight at them. They weren't thinking about how to get out of the spawn. If I was in this spawn trap, for instance, I would probably spawn in bathrooms. I just know that because I know where the prioritized spawns are. Obviously, I'd have a ghost class on to protect from any UAVs that they have. Now, honestly, we have Blackbirds up the entire game, so you really can't escape too much. But if I were in this situation, I would try to book it out of the bathrooms and run past them with either ghost or lightweight. Probably lightweight, I think about, because you got Blackbirds and ghosts ain't going to help you. And try to get to a spot that you can aim down sight and always have protection. For example, say I was behind a barrel, alright? And they know where I am, but if they come to try to get me, I've got full protection and they don't have protection. That's what I do if I ever go against a Blackbird. I go to a place where even if they come after me, they're not going to be able to have the jump on me. They might know where I am, but they're not going to be able to get their bullets on me before I can shoot them down. Things like that is what you got to think about. You got to think about what the other team's going to do, and then play your moves based on that. It's just thinking ahead the whole time is what you have to do. And it's also a lot of communication with your team. If I was with the full team and we were being spawn trapped, I could try to coordinate it so that we each go different ways and make sure that if someone's posting up in a really good spot that we can't get through, make sure we go down a different area. And eventually, if it doesn't work out and we cannot get out of it, then I'll end the game. And that's another thing with host power that I have. I was talking about host earlier a little bit. If you ever play with me, you'll know that I always get host. And there's two reasons for that. A, I make it happen. And B, I have extremely strong internet connection. And I'm not trying to brag or anything. I just happen to have, my parents happen to buy me really good internet connection because they like good internet connection. And that's their whole job is on the internet, so therefore we have really strong internet connection and internet power. I can't give you numbers. I really don't know what the numbers mean, like megabytes per second or whatever. I really don't know. I think I'm like 156 megabytes a second, something like that, but I don't know what that means. I just know that it's fast, and I can host every game that I get into, basically. The way I do this, though, is when you have 6 people in your lobby, if you go inside of a game and you don't join anyone, as in you start your own party and there's 6 people in blue, which is your teammates, and then people join from there, that means that you're going to be host. At least for me, it means that I'm host. Now, I've had other people, we'll get in a lobby, start our own lobby, basically, which is when they put you in a game, it can't find 6 other players, so it starts your own lobby and people join from there, and then I'll still get host, and that's just because I have a really strong host. But regardless of that, whoever has host a previous game, if they stay in the game, they'll have host again. Even if they're like Wings of Redemption, if you know him, he's notorious for having horrible hosts, so he normally gets kicked. But you'll get the point of where if they have host a previous game and they stay in the game, they're going to have host again. That's why I always make sure that I start my own games and then I have people join from there so I can continually have host. Another two reasons that I have host is, one, I'm good at it, and no one's ever riding a 2-bar or a 1-bar. I've hosted people from Australia before on a 3-bar, and they don't ever complain about lag. The other one is that if games do go really bad for me, and it's really rare, but I've had some recently when I play with a lot of players that aren't so hot at the game. I'll have some games that go badly. I have the power, when I'm host, to end the game whenever I want to. I just have to go to the dashboard. And dashboarding, I never even did it before last week because I'd always had really strong friends, but once I started adding subscribers, the teammates that I had weren't always so good at it, and I started getting a little frustrated. Not ever mad, because I don't honestly get mad at this game. But when I get frustrated at the game, I'll normally end it. Make sure the enemy team doesn't have anything count for them because I hate them getting good stuff on the enemy team. I don't like that. And I'll start a new lobby and I'll revamp the team. The other thing is learning from your mistakes. I know that if I have a bad team going into a game, and if I know they're a bad team and I go into a game and we don't do good, which is normally what happens, and I end the game, I'm not going to go inside a different game with the same team. I'm going to get different players that have higher kill death ratios. I generally like about 3.5 KDR players to play with me, and move from there. Like in this game, this is basically my favorite team. I had NRNV. I'll try to put their name down below if I see them in the final whatever later on in the scoreboard. But basically, I had NRNV, and he's like a 3.5 KDR player. I had myself. I got this guy named Blue Kool-Aid. He's a 3.5 KDR player. I'm a 4 KDR player. And then I had, I think, 2 or 3 just players that are just good friends and aren't too hot at the game playing with me. And everyone has fun. When there's 3 good players on my team that know what they're doing, the other 3 can just kind of tag along and just catch on as we go, basically. And us 3 can lead the team. The only problem comes when I'm the only one that knows half a shit of what we're doing, and I'm sitting there trying to get the Blackbirds, the Choppers, the Dogs to basically crowd control everyone into the spawn. Meanwhile, my teammates are sitting there, dying to grenades and such like that because they don't have the right perks on, etc., etc. And that's what I try to do inside my game. I really do try to help everyone out. You can ask a lot of my friends, if you ever add me, you can ask my friends when I play with them. A lot of them, they really enjoy playing with me just because when I'm inside the game, people like to have direction, and that's what I provide. I provide them with direction on where they need to be going, what they need to be doing, and I'm not bossy. If they don't want to do it, they can just tell me that, and I'll try to put them somewhere else. But it's when I play, I try to work with everyone, get them all together, get them fixed in a certain spot, or get them so that they make sure they know what they're doing. They're just running around the map, just blinded. They know exactly what they're doing the whole time, and give everyone direction. That's what I try to do whenever I get inside of a game, and that's generally why my games work out so well. Is because instead of randoms where you get inside of a game and you just everyone runs wild like little chickens and they do whatever they want to do and just get a kill here, a kill there. No one's got customized kill streaks correctly. None one's got just random classes. Everyone's got the same class. That's when you know you have a good team, and that's when you know that you're going to do well inside of a game, especially if you have good players. And that's what I try to do, is make everyone a good player. That's basically the end of the video, guys. I'm not really talking about the gameplay, and I'm sorry if you want to hear more about the gameplay. I could start doing that in later videos, I guess. Basically, I ran out of ammo on a big long kill streak. I picked up a spaz while I was raped in this spawn, and the chopper gunner goes to work like always. It's firing range. This fucking thing does work on firing range. Final score in this gameplay was 149-5. I'll go ahead and say my little spiel. If you liked my video, click the like button. If you didn't like it, click the dislike button. I really want to hear your feedback, so if you don't like the video, don't click the like button just to make me happy. Click the dislike button. I want to know what I did wrong. So if I did something wrong, or if I did something right, tell me what happened in the comments. If you like the commentary, say so. Say what you want to hear in the commentaries next time. If you didn't like the commentary, say you hated the commentary, I'm a fucking faggot, and now I'll accept that too. It's cool. But, ooh, triple kill. Oh, baby, a triple kill. Anyways, yeah, that's about it, guys. The game's drawing to a close. I think, yeah, that's it. I open up a chopper, and that's it. Hope you liked it. Comment, rate, subscribe if you're an awesome person, because everyone knows cool kids subscribe. And, yeah, I'll see you cats later. Bye.